But you said you didn't come here with the intention of doing YouTube. So let's kind of rewind the tape a little. You're from Canada. And what brought you to Thailand? What made you move here? And why did you come here the first time? Was it like a holiday trip or what happened?
Yeah, the very, very first time, wow, 30 years ago this year. It was July 94. I was 22 years old, had just moved to Korea, had just finished school, moved to Korea for an adventure, for the unknown. Was sitting around in a bar one night. Guy at the end of the bar starts talking about this place called Koh Samui in Thailand. And I'd never been to Asia. I was a month into my time in Korea, and it sounded so good that that a week later, me and a buddy just hopped on a plane. Next thing, we did have one night in Bangkok before heading down to Samui in July 94. That was quite the night. There's a story there for sure. And then down to Samui, fell in love with the place and kept coming back for 25 straight years, always dreaming one day I'll move there. One day I'll move there. And then in 2019, just decided, TikTok, like it's time to do it. And so we did it.
Now, I think my friends included, my family, they think it's crazy when people like me decide to move here in 2020. But for you, 30 years ago, this was before Thailand was more mainstream. This was before movies like The Hangover or that one with Leonardo DiCaprio, The Beach.
Oh, The Beach.
The Beach.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons I was so intrigued about moving here. There's that opening scene of him on Khao San Road and staying in the hostel and then going out to the islands. But you were kind of living that for real.
Was living that. I remember when The Beach, the book came out. I don't know if you ever read the book. By Alex Garland. You know who he is?
No, I didn't know.
He's come on to be a big director. You ever see the movie Ex Machina?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
He wrote and directed that.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And if you Google him, he's done a lot of stuff. But the very first thing he did was write a book called The Beach. And back then, man, that was like the backpacker Bible because he was writing that all about the places we were hanging out, kind of living that wild life. And so, that was a iconic piece of writing. And the book is way better than the movie.
Okay. And back then, you must be seeing such amazing things, but it's not like everybody had a smartphone then. So you must be thinking, oh, I wish my friends back home could be seeing this. Did you try to tell them some of the stories but they just don't get it, right?
Well, they don't get it, but I was 6 months in Asia, flew home, went, met all my old buddies, started regaling them with stories of what goes on over here in the life. And this was Korea and Thailand, a bit of both, just Asia in general. And over the next 12 months, one by one, almost every single one of them moved over here.
Wow.
Yeah, and I got like 5 of them. Buddies from when we were 20, like lifelong 30-year buddies living in Thailand now.
Yeah, I mean, now it's easy to move here, to be honest. I mean, we have the internet, we have iPhones. It's not such a big sacrifice. But back then, I mean, I think there really was much more of a sacrifice. There were benefits, but you lost out on the ease of communication about, you can buy things on Lazada now here or Shopee. Obviously that wasn't around back then. So when you first visited here, I mean, you weren't living here permanently back then, right? 30 years ago?
No, I was living in Korea.
Okay, but even in Korea, were there things you had to get used to? Like you couldn't get some of the things that you did back home in Canada or...
Yeah, but that's the reason I came. I came to discover something different. I didn't want to just kind of live life that was just going down the same road that I see most people go down and stuff. So all of that stuff was stuff that like fueled me, that excited me. All the stuff that was different and weird and wild and as far as the communication goes, like there's good and bad to everything. You mentioned my videos being positive. It's a choice, really.
Right.
You got Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader. You can choose which side to go on, and I just think going down the positive side's more fun. And so the communication stuff like that I'd say that was a bit of a plus because you felt just more in the moment, just more like, that we just come down with Lonely Planet books and follow along and find these beaches and places and huts and things to do.
Speaking of Lonely Planet, it's funny. I was thinking about this before you came. I don't know if things like Lonely Planet or TripAdvisor are as popular now when researching like new destinations. I think you are the new Lonely Planet. Is that weird to think about?
I never thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess like no one's really picking up a travel guide and reading it anymore,
Yeah.
and I would imagine you're right. Like very few people are going to blogs even anymore. Like YouTube's got it all the info. No matter where you are in the world, there's going to be someone posting what to do when you get there.
If you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.